Welcome to Living a Graceful Life. I'm Denise Medved, your host, and I'm also the creator and founder of the Ageless Grace Brain Health Program worldwide. I'm here to remind you that it's never too late to begin making choices to create the life that you want. I hope you'll relax and get comfortable wherever you're watching this. Notice my feet are bare. I'm in my home. There's a fire in the fireplace. You can't see it, but there's a cat on the floor taking a nap. So get into comfy clothes, get yourself a cup of tea or coffee, and join me in relaxing and discovering more about a graceful life. In our first episode, we talked about what is a graceful life and decided that it's not just things, it's not what we surround ourselves with, even though lovely things or beautiful clothes or very nice jewelry or a great car can add to our pleasure and enjoyment of life. It's not what gives us a graceful life. There are four main parts to being a human being on this planet, on this earth. First, there's the physical, and we talked about that in another episode. We also talked about the fact that the brain is critical to the physical function and our quality of life, to our ease and comfort in everything that we do, which of course gives us a greater enjoyment and pleasure and gives us a more graceful life. We discovered that the emotional body is part of being a human, and that the spirit of the human and the spiritual body are part of being a human as well. And we're going to look at all those things in living a graceful life. Tonight, we're going to talk about the mind. And how is the mind different from the body? Well, let's look at the thought of what part of us does the mind reside in. Aristotle, who lived from 384 BC to 322 BC, started the conversation of what is the mind, and it's still going on today. Theologians, philosophers, neuroscientists, neurosurgeons, everyone's discussing what is the mind really. Well, let's just compare what we know about the mind and what we know about the brain and see how they're different. The brain is a physical organ in our skull that we use to think. It directs all the movement of the body. It directs our feelings, our body functions, body temperature. Then there is the mind that is not physical. Most researchers and scientists and students and scholars will say that the mind is mental, although some theologians and scholars say that the mind is spiritual. It is not a physical thing that we can see or touch. A neurosurgeon can look at the brain. It's full of nerve cells and blood vessels, and it can be seen. The mind cannot be seen. It's invisible. It can't be touched. It's hypothetical. It doesn't have a shape to it or a structure, while the brain has a definite shape and a definite structure. While the brain coordinates functions of the body, the mind is really a person's conscience, and it's also our understanding. It's our awareness. It's our consciousness. It's our thought process. So the mind uses the brain, and the brain responds to the mind. And the mind can actually change the brain. What happens is we use the mind to think, feel, or choose. And those three things, that triad of activities, so to speak, result in thoughts. And our thoughts result in neuroplasticity, our ability to change the form and structure of our own brain, regardless of our age, regardless of our education level. And it's actually fairly simple to be able to do that. We can reprogram our brain by thinking certain thoughts, by choosing to invite certain attitudes into our lives, by choosing certain emotions to be positive experiences for us instead of painful experiences. We can even take emotions that are sad or full of grief or lonely, and our thought process can actually change the experience we have of those emotions, those experiences, those beliefs that we might have about something. That is what the mind does. It decides what we believe, and it can change what we believe by spending time and attention and focus on what it is we want to create in our lives, what it is we want to think, the kind of person that we want to be, the kind of gifts that we want to give the world. That all comes from our mind. Now, we must have the brain to go through to be able to accomplish all of those things. But the mind is what generates that pure vibrating energy, which is all that it is, pure vibrating energy. Nothing seen, nothing touched, nothing physical, but it is very, very real. So how do we choose to change our mind literally? We say that a lot. We'll say, oh, I changed my mind. I'm not going to go to the ball game today. Or, oh, I changed my mind. I don't really like that color on me after all. I'm going to stop buying that color. Or, oh, I've changed my mind. I don't want those flowers. I want to buy these flowers instead. But literally, we are changing our mind because we put some thought processes together that have made us decide for some emotional reason, physical reason, spiritual reason, nourishment reason, that we would like this rather than this. We would like something to be this way rather than that way. Now, I'm simplifying this because, as I said, people have been discussing what is the mind and how does it work since Aristotle's time. And they'll probably go on discussing it for the next few thousand years. But this is what scientists and scholars and physicians believe right now, that the mind is our conscious awareness, our conscience, our understanding. So by using things like affirmations, for example, we start to change our own minds. We can train ourselves, and then those minds work through our brains, and they talk to our body and make us start to act or react in a certain way. So remember this triad of thinking, feeling, and choosing, because those are the three things primarily that the brain does. So I might say, oh, it's a dreary day and I'm so depressed and nothing goes my way, and it's going to be a horrible day because it's raining and the wind is blowing and I've got to go do this thing that I don't want to do. Well, those are thoughts, but I have the power to change those thoughts. And it's going to sound very simple, but literally I can say to myself, hey, I'm going to have a good day today. I'm going to see some people that I like. I'm going to go make my job a happy thing, and I'm going to see if I can make a difference in someone else's life, which in turn makes a difference in my life. I'm going to see the sun in spite of the clouds. I'm going to imagine that I am in a world that is full of kindness and love, rather than imagining that I'm in a world of dreariness and sadness and anger. So we have the power to say those things to ourselves out loud, write them in a journal, put them on the wall in a sign and look and read it every day. There are so many ways that we can change our minds. And as we start to change our minds, as I said, that actually changes the brain, so that then the brain believes that that's the way things are. So I can change my mind about how I feel physically. I can change my mind about how I think about a certain group of people. I can change my mind about how I think and feel about certain flavors or tastes or colors. It's amazing and remarkable how much power you actually have over your physical experience through your mind. We wouldn't even have any conscious experiences without the brain, but the brain is not directing our conscious experiences. Our conscious experiences are actually being directed by our mind. They're being created by our mind. So when I say it's never too late for you to change, it's never too late for you to change the choices that you're making. It's never too late for you to change the choices that you're making in order to live the life that you want to live. We create things through our thoughts. We do that thinking, choosing, feeling process, and we create our experiences. Good, bad, indifferent, terrible, magnificent. We're actually in charge of that. It's all in what a lot of people call our attitude. Now, I know, listen, trust me, I'm a human being. I have been down. I have been discouraged. I have been sad. I've been heartbroken. I've been all of those things that we all experience in a lifetime. That's part of being human. We can let it consume us and get the better of us, or we can let it help us grow and change and choose to create the experiences, the attitudes, the moments that we really want in our life. We can say, is this how I want my day to go? The way I'm feeling right now, grumpy and disgruntled and out of sorts? Do I really want to feel this way all day long? I doubt it. I don't think many of us really want to feel that way all day long. So we can make some choices. What would make me feel better? Maybe as simple as playing a nice song that I love would make me feel better. Maybe petting my cat or taking a walk with my dog would make me feel better. Maybe eating something delicious that I took a few moments to prepare for myself would nourish my spirit as well as my body. We are in control of our day. We like to think other people are because it's so much easier to blame everything on someone else. It's so much easier to say, oh, my day's horrible because my boss did this. Oh, my day is not good because my husband said this. Oh, my day is terrible because this happened to my car or that happened to the weather. But the reality is, it's all on us. And it has to do with the mind, the mental, spiritual mind, the mental, spiritual mind that cannot be touched, cannot be seen, that's pure vibrating energy, has no shape, no structure, but it is our conscience. It is our consciousness. It's our understanding. It's our awareness. It's our thought processes. So bottom line, to quote Dr. Caroline Leaf, who is a communications pathologist and a neuroscientist, our mind is our aliveness. How do we want our aliveness to be? If we didn't have that aliveness, our brain, our physical body would basically be useless. We need that aliveness, that part of us that is our spirit, that is us, that is the essence of us, that is our mind, that allows us to think, feel, and choose what we want to. The brain does not tell us how to think. We use the brain to think. The brain does not tell us how to feel. We respond to something that's going on in our lives, and we feel a certain way, but we also, through our mind, have the power to change that emotion for better, for good, for growth, for learning, for opportunity, for being able to overcome and feel successful. Our brain does not tell us what thoughts to think. Our mind thinks. Our mind thinks and chooses based on the things that it's thinking, but the brain does not choose for us. Our mind does that, our consciousness. So I know this is very simple, but it's also very true that we have so much power that it's almost mind-boggling to think how much power we have to create what? A wonderful day, a happy moment, a tender interchange between us and another person, a special moment between us and a furry four-footed friend, maybe a magnificent memory by the way that we look at the nature we're in or that we're seeing, or the way we decide to remember an experience that we've had. That power is yours. That power is mine. All we have to do is think, feel, choose what we want to think, what we want to feel, how we want to feel, what we want to choose to create to live the life that we want. Now, yes, there are situations and circumstances that are physical that we may not be able to change. Maybe we can't change where we live. Maybe we can't change the weather. Maybe we can't change the kind of income we're making or not making. But what we can change is our experience of those things by changing our attitude. And I'm not trying to be Pollyanna. I'm actually talking science here. This is how it works. That's the way affirmations work. When you repeat something over and over, when you write something down and you read it again, when you make a sign for yourself and put it on the wall or put little sticky notes around and say, this is what I think, this is what I believe, this is what I feel, this is what I choose, this is what I want and desire in my life. When you say something out loud, when you repeat a mantra, when you're meditating and taking time to be still and really be in touch with your mind, you are creating and manifesting what you want in life and what your experience of it will be. Now, will it change immediately? Probably not. But what will change is your attitude about what hasn't changed yet and what you expect it to be in the next week, month, days, years. It gives us hope, for one thing, to have a conscious mind that chooses positive rather than negativity. It gives us something to live for, something to look forward to when our mind chooses to uplift ourselves and others rather than push ourselves down or choose to put others down. What? Because it somehow makes you feel better? Not really, not ultimately. So I would really encourage you to do some of the things I mentioned. Meditate, write in your journal, put sticky notes around, create a couple signs and put them up in your house or your car, maybe your office, on your desk, that inspire you, that lift you up, that when you read those words, your mind, not your brain, your mind is feeling positive energy. It's feeling hopeful. It's feeling as if it's being uplifted. That is something that you can control. That is something that you can cause to take place. Now, from a scientific point of view, that starts to change your brain. That's what I was talking about earlier, neuroplasticity. Those thinking, feeling, choosing actions that happen with the mind result in thoughts, and those thoughts actually start to change the brain. So when we're imagining something and it's positive, when we're laughing about something, when we're creating moments for ourselves that are fun and uplifting, especially when they're physical, because what does the brain control? All of our physical movement, every bit of it, our feelings and our body functions. So when we're moving in a positive, happy, playful, uplifting way, we're not only affecting the mind and being affected by the mind, but we're actually changing our brain to understand that it can function at a different level. And that is healthy. That is brain health. That is increasing our cognitive function, our focus, our mental agility by using our brains and our minds in a partnership to create something positive for ourselves. So I'm going to show you another tool. I do it each episode that you can actually use at home that will make your body feel more comfort and ease, that will make your brain function at a higher level and cause it to soar instead of decline, and that will be affected by your mind as you choose to make this a positive, happy experience in your thoughts and in your choices and in your feelings. So we're going to do a little bit of fun, playful, ageless grace movement to music, which is also uplifting. That's one of the things you can do in addition to journaling and writing and meditating and saying mantras and putting affirmations around. Listen to music, positive, uplifting music that makes you feel happy, that is connected with good memories or positive memories. It's amazing how just a few minutes can change your whole attitude and make your day much more pleasurable. So here we go with some music. And the tool that we're going to do is called Body Mag. And it's going to work the brain, it's going to work the body, and it's going to engage the mind. So just feel the beat. Tap your hand, tap your foot. Now let's just feel the beat on the other side. So I don't know about you, but I'm smiling already. Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now clap on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now clap on 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 3 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now clap on 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now clap on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 and 7. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now count backwards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now clap on 6. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I hope you had as much fun as I did, because the whole idea is we get all mixed up and our brain is saying, what the heck is going on? And our mind is trying to figure out how we do it differently each time. So that's very physical: clapping, tapping, clapping, counting, all of those things at once. So it will improve your brain, it will improve your cognitive function, it will improve your physical function and the level at which you function, and it will also improve your attitude, your thoughts, your awareness, your understanding. I don't know about you, but I feel more uplifted, alive, and alert. That definition of our mind is our aliveness. I feel much more alive now that I've done that. So if you would like to learn a little more about this kind of tool for making yourself feel more alive, giving you better brain function and physical function, you can go to agelessgrace.com, agelessgrace.com. And on there, there's all kinds of handouts and video clips and informational pieces. There's a wonderful blog that talks about brain function and how it relates to all kinds of things. And there are also seminars, workshops, classes that you can take online or that you can download and do at home. And there is a certification if you decide that this is a program you might want to share with others and teach. And who can take this program? Anyone who has a brain, from children all the way to 100 and something. I have one of my students is 104, and she does this just as well as my little granddaughter who's 7. They all enjoy it, and everyone in between. So thank you for joining me tonight at Living a Graceful Life. Again, I'm Denise Medved, your host, and I want to remind you that it's never too late to begin to create the choices that will make your life the one that you want to live. What if we were all in agreement that tomorrow we're going to do something kind for ourselves, something kind for yourself? Take some time out of your busy day, your busy schedule, and do something wonderful for you. I think that we could change the world. Again, thank you for being here and joining me.